Now, if you're anything like me, then you knew absolutely nothing about the Amazing Digital Circus when it first released. He's just like me, for real! But when the views wouldn't stop piling, I just gave it a watch. Going in with a grain of salt because there's sort of an expectation of quality with Glitch Productions, based off of one of their more recent shows, Murder Drones, which is a show I watched. And even if it isn't really funny and a little cringy, and it's got some questionable animations at times, it is still a worthy watch for the story alone. And that was my expectation with the Amazing Digital Circus. An unfunny show with questionable animation and maybe a cool story. And to my surprise, the animation was good. The humor was,
Anything can happen! Except for swearing.
Nah, Jax is okay though, and some of the visual humor landed. Overall, it's good for Glitch standards. Probably some of the best that YouTube indie shows have to offer, aside from like Scott the Laws. And apparently that was a sentiment shared by the entire internet. They even thought higher of it. As of recording this, the pilot has a cool 194 million views. So, doing alright, I guess. But what made it so good? What is it even about? Well, I'll tell you, totally real viewer. It is important to note, though, I do like Glitch Productions, and I've watched a fair handful of their shows. I like them enough. So, put down the pitchforks. You're gonna need them for later in the video. The Amazing Digital Circus is about a woman who got stuck in this virtual reality circus with 5 other people, and she can't remember the most basic things about her life before the AI, such as her own name. So now she's trying to escape this AI, which seems like it might be impossible. The viewer isn't intended to know the answer, I think. It's a pretty solid idea. I mean, it's not complex. An 8-year-old could follow the idea, but that doesn't really matter. If they use it well, then it's alright. How'd they handle the plot? But why don't we kick off with an intro to our lovable protagonists? She's our forgetful main character, shown by the fact her name is just Remember in Russian. And she's a pussy. There you go. Basically a character with Toon Force. God, that's just the stupidest fucking term I've ever heard. You're a nerd if you use that term. The Coward. The most unstable, stable person there. He's designed after a king piece in chess. That's his most interesting trait. The Optimist. Nothing else to her. She does it to keep herself sane. Cool. The Quirky one. I don't like quirky characters. And he isn't even funny. He's only funny when he's being mocked by our other character. Probably the most interesting one here. Kane runs the circus, and he gives the gang activities to keep him sane. He also doesn't know how to let him leave. Or so he says. The characters are nothing to write home about, in my opinion. They're mostly just quirky characters. In fact, the show's humor is basically just quirky jokes about how wacky everyone is, which is not my style of humor. But it is the humor of the type of people who get unhealthily attached to a TV show. So the Amazing Digital Circus has definitely accrued a big fan base. Again, 194 million views. More than I'll ever get. But I know, this is a review. So is it good? Well, it's good in some aspects, but it is less than favorable in others. So let's start with what I like. Let's start with the most obvious part. The animation. Yeah, unlike Glitch Productions' predecessors, the Amazing Digital Circus has, in my infinitely wise and correct opinion, amazing animation. It doesn't strive to be super realistic or to be complex. It uses simplicity to its advantage. It's basically key jangling, which luckily makes my brain happy. And also makes the brain happy of 14-year-old blue-haired white girls who love this show. All this to say, the animation really adds to the experience, and it is by no means choppy, unlike some of the early Murder Drones episodes. So I'd say the animation is definitely one of the biggest positives. And the other main positive I would like to mention is the story, which, as I said before, is a very simple idea, which isn't a bad thing in my opinion, as long as it's handled well. Which thankfully, it wasn't handled horribly. Now, did they make it super original or change it in some way? Well, that still sort of remains to be seen. We're only on the pilot. But as of now, it seems like the Amazing Digital Circus doesn't intend on trying to be anything more than its original concept. Which is fine with me, because it does what it wants to do pretty well, and it could veer off too much from its original goal and fall flat and stop being funny. Not that I'm referencing anything. No. You're another video. But what about the shit I didn't like? I've already stated my opinion on the humor, but that goes hand in hand with the fact that the beginning just feels very slow. Now, that might just be a meaningless nitpick, but with the humor that I already found disinteresting, for instance, the joke where Pomni tried to use every swear word, it just went on way too long in my opinion. And I saw somewhere that it was actually really clever because she was trying to use every swear word in order, but that doesn't save how it paused the episode's story just to make that joke. And it's stuff like that that had me wanting to give up on the pilot before it could really show how interesting it can be. But that will more than likely be improved as the episodes progress. Now, and this might be the take that makes people want to hang me in the streets. I didn't like Jax. I know, people love Jax. Be a little too much. But I found how monotone his voice is paired with his humor to make some deliveries fall flat. Sometimes the monotone voice worked, like when he told that one character to shut the fuck up. But other than that, his humor would be significantly better if his voice was less monotone in my opinion. Now that's all I have worth mentioning on the pros and cons of the show, but there is one really bad thing about the Amazing Digital Circus. And that would be now, before you try to kill me, I just want you to know one thing. I'm not sorry for what I'm going to say next. Now, the Amazing Digital Circus community isn't as bad as some other communities, but oh me oh my is it on its way to being the worst. It's full of children and degenerates, and maybe 3 people who actually just enjoy the show. And what's worse, my vindictive ex of a community, Friday Night Funkin', has already grabbed the Digital Circus by the balls and is not letting go. And everyone in the community attacks anyone who talks poorly of their show. Hey, no, I'm one of you guys! I actually have my own Digital Circus persona! His name is Greasebag and he's super cool and everyone likes him, but he sees red when he gets mad and everyone in the Digital Circus secretly loves him. See? Don't leak my address to the public! But that being said, there are just things that even a hyper-intelligent guy who's always correct like me just can't convey. Luckily, I have an extremely angry Australian who can do it for me. Take it away, Nate!
Digital Circus is everything wrong with the community, which is terrifying because it formed in the space of a day. Let's be real. You could live under a rock and know about Digital Circus simply from the fact that it is everywhere you go. But the fact that the video itself garnered over 100 million views, you can definitely bet your life savings that this single video made a community. But with fans comes fucknuts who try to binge off the success by making unfunny memes, crappy ships, and real degenerate shit. So, if you think I'm gonna research and look at any of this knob cheese to make a point, I'll watch some. But you can best believe that I'm wiping it from my history. I don't need my little brother seeing it. And besides, my mum checks my phone. Like, look, there is raw porn of the Amazing Digital Circus just posted on YouTube. And like, how is that even allowed? Now, ignoring the fact that Pomni got more R34 done of her in the space of a week than any Pokemon character has ever, can we just take a moment to see what people are willing to make over a literal fucking chess piece?
No.
I feel like I'm back in 2016 with the Undertale community. Now, you might be thinking, what kind of loser would go out of his way just to find shit like this? But honestly, it just sucks to see the state of YouTube being like this, even this long after the pilot was released, let alone the content farms. Seriously, it saddens me, mate, and worries me a bit too, because once again, this is the pilot. The first episode, where all it's doing is defying what the show is and who's who. It does one thing, but it plays such a large role, and this is what the internet is taking from it. So if this is what's being taken from the fucking pilot, then the Amazing Digital Circus is gonna garner a whole new meaning.
Now, I know this wasn't an overly in-depth analysis of the show, but it was meant to be a review looking from the outside in. It was also just meant to be a video I could release because I've been gone for a while. So don't get your panties in a jumble. Once there's more to the show, I'll come back and make a full in-depth review. But until then, bye-bye!